Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? If this is your first time here, my name is Lois and today we're going to be learning how to draft the pattern for these shorts, especially for curvy people. Let's go. So to start with, you're going to be needing your pattern paper, your scissors, your ruler, tape rule and marker of course. First thing you want to do is to take your pattern paper and cut it in two. And from the side, I'm measuring about 2.5 inches. So I'm just going to measure that and connect the points together. This is going to be like a margin for me to draft the pattern of these shorts. So just connect the points together. Once that is done, I'm also going to take the same 2.5 inches from the top and then connect the points together also. Now we have two margin lines on the side and on top. So that is what yours should look like as well. So after that, I'm going to be taking my full length for the shorts. I'm using 20 inches for the length of my shorts. You can make yours shorter than this or longer than mine. So I'm just going to mark 20 inches from the top and then connect the points together. So once that is done, I'm going to be taking my crotch length, and to calculate your crotch length is your hips divided by 4. So my hips is 44 inches and I'm going to be dividing that by 4 inches. What will give me is 11 inches. So my crotch length will be 11 inches. So now I'm just going to measure 11 inches from the top of that margin and then connect the points together. So now we have the crotch length. After that is done, I'm going to be taking my hip line measurements, and I use 8.5 inches for my hip line. So I'm just going to measure 8.5 inches and then connect the points together as well. And now we are done with the hip line measurements. So here I'm just going to take my hip measurements and I'm going to be using 11 inches. My hips is 44 divided by 4 would give me 11. So I'm going to mark that 11 inches all the way to my crotch length and then connect the points together. So once that is done, we are supposed to make a curve, and to do that we are going to be doing the crotch width for the curve. To calculate the crotch width, we'll be taking my hips again, the hip measurement divided by 16, and that is going to give me about 2.75 inches. So the width of that curve is going to be 2.75 inches. So just mark that there and then make a nice curve. And we are done with the crotch. Now it's time to take the measurement of the thigh. I'm going to come down by 2 inches from the crotch length to take my thigh measurement. So just come down by 2 inches and then connect the points together. That is going to be the thigh line. So just label that if you want to. The circumference of my thigh is about 27 inches. So I'm just going to take half of 27 inches, that is 13.5. And I'm going to place that on the thigh line and then mark it there. And then for my knee, the circumference is about 21 inches. Half of it is 10.5 inches. So I'm just going to mark 10.5 inches there and then connect the points together. It's going to be in a slant. So just connect it together nicely. And this is what it should look like once you're done. So I'm just taking another color of marker to highlight the lines, and we're almost done with drafting the front pattern of these shorts. Now I'm just going to be placing my darts, and I'm coming 4 inches from the middle, so that's 4 inches, and I'm just going to take another half inch, another half inch again, and then rule a straight line of about 4 inches as the length of my darts. So just watch how I'm doing. So the reason I'm placing these darts is in case I need to use this pattern again to make another style of shorts that would require me to eliminate the darts. So just make your own darts, and this is how it should look like. Make sure it's up to 4 inches from the midpoint. So from that midpoint, I'm going to be taking my waist measurement. My waist is 32 divided by 4 would give me 8 inches. Let's place that there and place that 1 inch that we took for the dart and place an extra half inch for allowance. And I'm going to connect it to the hip line. So just connect that like this with your ruler and just draw a straight line. Here I'm just making sure the curve is really curvy and not pointed, so just do that for yours. And we are almost done with this pattern, and I'm just going to label it as the front pattern. And now it's time to cut, but before then we're going to be coming down by 1 inch from that margin. So just mark 1 inch and then connect it to the top like this. Just place your ruler like this. It's going to be in a slant, and then just draw a straight line like this. You can use your curved ruler to do this. So just make it this way. And now we can proceed with cutting out the front pattern of the shorts. Just cut that out nicely. I am done with cutting out the pattern, and this is what it should look like. So to cut out the back pattern, I'm going to be placing the front pattern on another piece of paper and then trace it out like this. So just trace it out nicely. Trace out the front pattern. And after tracing, this is what it should look like. Now this is what we're going to work with. So to start with, I'm going to be extending the crotch length like this. So just extend it because the back pattern is supposed to be wider and the crotch is meant to be longer. I'm going to be extending the crotch by about 2 inches. So just mark 2 inches there, and then I'm going to be putting about 1.5 inches on that slant. So just mark that there. I'm marking it as the allowance. We're going to be adding 1.5 inches allowance. Now I'm just going to connect those points like this. So once that is done, on the crotch line I'm going to be coming down by half an inch. Just mark half an inch, and on that curved place I'm going to be going high up. That's up by half an inch also. And then on the midpoint I'll be going in by 1.5 inches. So I'm going to be connecting all these points together. That is going to be our new crotch line for the back pattern. So once you've connected the points, this is how it should look like, the new crotch for the back pattern. Doing it like this will help to accommodate the butts. You know, the butt is at the back and is much wider than the front one, so it'll be much easy for you to move around freely with the crotch. Now after that is done, I'm going to be taking my dart measurement and I'm going to be measuring 4 inches from the middle, just like we did for the front pattern. So do the same for the back pattern as well. And once that is done, we're going to be adding back the measurement, the 1.5 inches that we took, and then the dart measurement as well. So we're going to be adding it by the side, 1.5 inches and 1 inch, and then extra 1 inch for allowance because we want allowance on the back pattern. The back pattern is supposed to be wider than the front one. So I'm just going to come up by 1.5 inches and then connect it to the other side like this in a slant. You know, for the front one we went down by 1 inch. For the back I'm going to be coming up by 1.5 inches. So this is what it should look like. Now on the side I'm going to be taking 1.5 inches for allowance as well. So just mark that and connect the points together. Now please note that you can add more allowance than I did in case you want to make shorts that are more free. So you can add more allowance than the 1.5 inches I added. And once that is done, this is how the back pattern should look like. You can see how easy it is to cut the pattern for shorts, especially for curvy people. So I'm just going to label that the back pattern, and then I'm going to cut it out. And we are done with drafting out the pattern for these shorts. You can see that the back pattern is much wider than the front one, and the crotch is much wider also than the front. This is the pattern I use to make shorts for curvy people, and I always have no complaints at all. It's been tested, approved and trusted. And if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to share, like, comment and subscribe to my channel. In my next video, I'll be teaching you how to sew shorts with this pattern. So till then, take care of yourself, stay jiggy, stay healthy. Bye!